Good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is MRC. This is season 11. Can you believe it? And we're here with a special live team draw for the full MRC League. Joining me this evening as we run down all the tiers for your enjoyment, it is the man who, well, a man of many names, the man of many voices, the man apparently, I have on good authority, did say he was in a frock tonight. Is he? Well, you don't want to know. It's only Mr. Night Shadow, Mr. Gav Jenkins. Good evening.
Oh, hello there. Welcome. Welcome. It's lovely to be here this evening.
God.
Thank you,
Eugenia Doubtfire here. Agnes Granny.
Oh, thank you, Agnes. Agnes is here. Oh, boy.
I just remembered I've got to go, actually.
So Martin was joining us.
Martin,
The boss man himself was here.
I'll be at your door shortly, Martin. I'll be there in a minute.
You will not sign, Jim. Coming nowhere near my doors. Either of them.
And so the next person joining us, as well as we've already met two of them, and the final one joining me is the man who was a fantastic teammate last season, helped us to my first in-person Constructors Championship and his second, and joining me this evening, it's the Lion King himself, it's only Mr. Simba.
Good evening, Mr. Hodgson. How are
Good
you?
evening, good evening. Well, I was better before we did practice, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that didn't go too well for either of us, to be fair.
No, not at all. Not at all. But, folks, we're here. We've got already your lords in the chat, so welcome, everybody. Monster, stop it. I've seen what he's put. 24 of you watching, hit the share button as well, hit the like button, and we'll get ourselves up there and out. So, let's get down to business. I'm sure you can't all wait. Let me hear your predictions of where you think you're going to be and what seat you're going to be in. And, well, let's see if you are correct. But we're going to start this evening. We're going to start the draw with a tier 3 nonetheless. Thought we'll mix it up a little bit. And we'll use the same kind of format we've always done, where the three of us here will alternate between different teams and the reveals, while Mr. Single Track will pop in all of our graphics into the Discord. So first of all, I'm sure you'll do a great job. Spend a lot of time on them and come up with very fresh, brand new graphics for this season. They're all wrong. Oh, fantastic!
Yep, absolutely, definitely.
Especially Alpha Tauri, but we've seen that one.
You've seen the special version.
Yes, exactly.
The special version is better than the normal version.
It's the more accurate version, that's why.
Exactly. So, Mr. Simba, would you like to set us off with the Alfa Romeo team in Tier 3, please?
Of course. So, first up, we have the guy who was my student at one point, was in Tier 2 last season, didn't have the best of seasons. Hopefully he does better in Tier 3. That would be Julian Schoon, also known as DRS Julian.
Yeah.
And joining him will be the ex-McLaren man. Can be very quick on his day, so could be a good pair in this. That'll be Neil Edwards, also known as Neil 1997.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Next up, we have Mr. Jenkins with the Alpha Tauris, please.
Well, in the Alpha Tauris, otherwise known as the affectionate little puppy which sits down and squats every so often, we have a Canadian who actually is a German, who isn't because he went from Canada to Germany, but anyway, recently been in Dublin, the man of the moment, the one who is described as Karim Benzema's little cousin, and that is, of course, Brendan Dumoulin. Yeah, he's got French, Canadian French, there you go, happy days. And secondly, we've got a man who, well, I can only describe him as a wannabe. Not a Spice Boy, and it's not Baby Hornet for once. It is Daniel Brindle. He wants to be Martin Brundle. He and Scratch make up the Alpha Tauris.
Good pairing. Good pairing.
That could be a very solid pairing, could that?
Yeah, I think it could be. We really do. Next up, we have, I just need to find them on the map. There he is. He's on an outlap. Is the blues and the pinks of the Alpines, the French batons. And
The
the
best
first, I knew you'd say that.
Chapeau, monsieur, chapeau.
Oh yes. We have the first person in the Alpines is Kandrik Victor, also known as CBG Sambal, is the first one in the Alpines, and he is going to be teamed up with, I believe, I'm going to be corrected. Actually, I'm not even going to say any nationalities because I don't know where people are from. It is Frank Martin, also known as Ghost Rider FRC.
I believe he's a Frenchman, to be fair.
Well, I nearly said that, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to just embarrass myself even more than I normally do.
Frankie the Frenchman.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure on it, but I believe I'm correct on that.
I think he is.
To be fair, he does sound a bit like a Yorkshireman. Frank Martin. You go on the internet, it's Google Frank Martin, he lives down the street.
He were out there with combine update, lad.
That was it.
And
That was
aye, he were infield, lad, at 2 a.m.
Aye.
Didn't take his cuppa either.
No.
No.
Are we talking
Yorkshire.
northern, you common bunch?
Next, we better
Calm
move
down,
on
you
quickly.
Welshman.
Bye.
Valleys.
Next up, we have the Astons, please, Mr. Simba.
We certainly can. So, the first one, what can we say about him?
Or too many
As
things.
possible.
Yeah, maybe as little as possible, but there is a hell of a lot we could say, and he always has a lot to say for himself. It is, of course, Gavin Jenkins, the Night Shadow. Actually, I'm joking, you in a Mercedes, but never mind. And your teammate for the season, we all know him as Bill DeBaldi. Of course, it's Carl Radband.
Hey, he's 17.
Yeah.
So Aston Martin is extended to be a Scottish East 17.
A Scottish boy band.
Well, yes, and I am staying another day. Aston
Damn it, you
Martin.
nicked my line.
Literally is staying another day.
Well, he is actually, yes.
Yeah.
Fair point. Yeah.
It was Brazil yesterday that cemented my seat. And
So
that brings us
Ferrari.
to Ferrari. And there's an individual who is driving for Ferrari who is a great lover of many things Haas. I know he will be disappointed not to be representing Gunter this season. But Mr. Boothie, Dan Booth, has got a promotion from the Haas team to the Ferrari team. Don't worry, Dan, you'll still be at the back of the grid because your strategists are rubbish. And
I wonder
joining
where you were going with that one.
Dan is very, very quick on his day. He's just let down by his strategists. And joining him is the Tier 4 champion, the man who, well, somehow lucked out to win the championship, considering the strategists are rubbish. But he did a phenomenal job, and that is our lovely Avinash. So it is a South African Yorkshire double act. I'm very interested to be in the team conversations on that party.
You probably wouldn't get a word without them.
No.
You need a translator. A bit like when you go into your
100%.
Scottish party.
Oh, hi, the news! I've been out and about.
And speaking of the Haasmobiles, they are next up, and we have a man who, well, we did mention a few squatty dogs, and this man, Mr. John Raisbeck, Mr. Mutsnuts himself, will be, well, there's just too many different things to say, and I'm just not even going to go there. So Mr. Mutsnuts is the first one in the Haas this evening in Tier 3, and he's followed up by the pepperoni, the margarita, the meat lovers, and he is apparently a meat lover himself, Mr. Panizza Alessio. Mr. Panizza.
You just outed somebody on the
That
street.
really came up wrong, didn't it? Sorry.
Is his name George Michael? Was he in the toilet?
Well, hang on, you got E17. He drove over himself in his own car, didn't he?
Wow.
True facts.
Yeah, they are. We can't say we lie in this place.
No.
Much.
No. No.
So let's move it to the McLaren, the Papaya Boys.
one of the nicest coloured cars on the grid, I must admit.
It is.
And
it is.
Took us to a Constructors' Championship last season.
Yes.
Let's see if the Tier 3 boys can do as well. So, the first one up would be the man who I know is a massive Celtic fan. Scotland all over, loves the Celtics. He's going to absolutely be gutted that he's not in the green car this season. It is, of course, Danny Hall, also known as RFC Danny. His teammate is newly promoted from Tier 4, so hopefully he can adapt to the no line. But it's going to be Grant Swain, also known as Scottish Ninja.
That's a good pairing. I like that.
Yeah, I mean they will get some silverware this season. It's the only silverware their team will be getting.
Shots fired! Shots
Yeah.
fired!
So, I mean, you may as well employ. It's not Michael Beale anymore. It's Cindy Beale from EastEnders in charge of Rangers. Anyway.
Yeah, no more accents on that one.
No.
So we've got the triangles.
Yes, we have the triangles. Funnily enough, I should talk about the triangles. As we all know, my love and affection of the Mercedes, of the German marque, of their rich, deep history, going back to many things. In the triangles, with no side pods, he's a Stoke fan. His name is Anthony Stocco. Now, I don't actually know if he's a Pokey Stokey or if he's just a Poke Stoke. Or he could be a Pogue. We don't quite know that, but we will confirm. And he is joined by a Mercedes man who didn't appear last night, and apparently Total Wolf was making weird hand gestures at him, sort of up and down type activity. Mr. Rob Smith is returning, fresh from his P4 or P5 finish in the Tier 3 Championship, so they've taken him back. So Pokey Stokey and Rob Smith.
Lovely.
Guys, something's wrong. Something's wrong.
What?
No one is reacting to any of these posts in Discord.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe no one's there. Maybe we should.
What's going on?
Should we stop?
Chelsea has just messaged me to say B17s are going to be an excellent team, mate.
Yeah, but where are the reactions to all these posts? I mean, look at all these amazing blooming graphics, and we're talking into the clouds. No one's listening. Should we stop?
No.
Oh,
That was very Liverpoolian there. That came out.
No one's listening. No one's listening. Oh, hello.
We've got a few people
Surprise,
in the live chat. So far, Carl's in there.
Well, they need to get their butts into Discord and give us some bloody.
Thank you, Jesse. Jesse appreciates it.
Oh, hooray.
Yeah, well done,
Thank you.
Jesse.
Johnny Smooth has reacted to.
Is that Jesse
post.
James?
Yeah.
Ah.
I know.
Okay. We've had a reaction. We can carry on now, but
we can.
Honestly, come on, folks.
I know, people. Come on. We've got next is the Red Bulls. Just ugh. Oh well, we'll make this short and sweet.
Wings.
Yeah, exactly. We have the cheating team, and then but not these two, not the two, not in MRC, no cheating in MRC. We've got, actually, to be fair, a pair of, I've got to be careful with this one as well, pair of commentators who actually do make a very, very good duo, and if they can translate that from the comms box to the track, well, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We have Melvin de Graaf and Simon Pratt, or Baby Hornet, in the Red Bulls in Tier 3. That is a good pairing, I like that one.
Dolores Van Cartier herself.
Sorry, that was the one.
Joined by Alexandra Burke.
Okay.
Oh no! Her from M People. Hazel, no.
I wouldn't know her name.
Hazel, here, the Heather Small, that's her, yes, not Hazel. Melvin Small, there we go.
So, the final team in Tier 3, last but not least, and hopefully for them, they'll be hoping they're not going to be last or least in Tier 3, it is the Willy Boys.
Ah, the Willies. Quite a good looking car, other than that stupid Duracell battery, to be fair.
Yeah.
But let's see who's driving it. So, first up we have the Donny Osmond. It's James Deardon. And joining him will be the man who actually appreciates the graphics. It's Jesse Mass, also known as Jam.
I quite like those setups. I like a lot of these teams. I think it's going to be a tight championship. I think, obviously, Gav showed in the season he's got a lot of pace. We've got a Scottish contingent down at the Papayas. We've got the commentator contingent over in the Red Bulls. Rob Smith, we know, is very quick. So is Anth as well. The Mercedes is a strong duo. Avanash coming up. That's a tight tier, that.
Very sweaty.
Yes.
I think a lot of the tiers are going to be sweaty this season, though.
And that's the thing. We're getting better and better and better drivers as we keep going, and it's brilliant. I mean, you can't knock it. So there was tier 3, folks. Hit us a like if you enjoyed your team selection or you enjoyed our rubbish that we were talking. And we will move swiftly on to tier 4, where we'll start with the Gavinator with the Alfa Romeos.
First and foremost, we have the first president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln himself, twins with Christopher Nolan, and they have produced Nolan Abraham. And he is Y2 Manu 78. Now, if he's born in 1978, then that would be. If he was born in 1778, he could well be Abraham's son. Now, he is joined by a snappy one. And no, it's not Kerry Katona, although we could call him that. I like all good stuff. It is none other than a snappy turtle who, if you put your thing out, if you just go a little bit too far, if you go a little too far, if you go a little too far, listen, if you go a little too far up or outside of him, he might cut you off.
It's John Stevens.
That's him. Yes.
The sneaky turtle.
The sneaky turtle. Yes.
I don't know where you were trying to go with that. I really don't.
I think he was trying to go straight to some sort of jail cell.
Oh, that's
jail cell.
Well, just leave the animals alone, man.
No.
Oh, you're not going to any petting zoos anytime soon. Next up, we have the crouching dog of the AlphaTauris, and the first man, I believe, is a local man to me. I hope so. Well, his name suggests so. He better be. Otherwise, it's fraud, and you're getting kicked out. And it is Stu Layton, also known as Smoggy Ghost. So, sorry for the team selection.
We can see him. We can see through him.
Well, yeah, yeah. And
if he's Smoggy, then maybe you can't see through him.
To be fair, I will not comment on my local area.
Is it north of Birmingham? Because it's probably on fire.
Other side of the country.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
It's all the dragons and stuff, you know.
Hang on, not near you. In Wales.
Romania.
And the next man joining him in the AlphaTauri is Ashwin Seabar, also known as Ash, one of our newcomers, I do believe.
So was Sneaky Turtle as well.
He was.
Ashwin.
Yeah.
That's it. It's good to get people through the door and straight into seats, which we've managed to do and fill up quite nicely.
We have. Yeah, we have.
We should probably let these new people know that we're not very respectful of people's names at times.
Well,
no.
I've decided that his name is Ashwin Sab.
I was thinking Seabass.
Seabass is good. Sab is also good.
I mean, going on the comments from Smoggy Ghost, it could be Ashtray. It could be Ashtray the way we're going with Smoggy comments.
Could be. What people need to realise very quickly is you will have nicknames.
Yes.
Nothing personal, you will have a nickname.
And it will be quite related to your name, though, so we're not going to go so far off track. Unless you Baby Hornet and Dolores, then that's a different matter.
Yeah. That's a different. That's the different
That's
race.
just Gav for you. His nicknames nobody knows.
Following on from the AlphaTauri, we're going over the channel, over to Le Francais, and back to the blues and the pinks of the Alpine team.
Ah, oui, French baton. So, first up we have I believe he's actually been commenting already tonight. It is Shivan Naidu, also known as Chelsea.
Go on,
Joining
Chelsea.
him in the French one will be Philip Schofield himself. Hopefully nothing untoward. Actually, sorry, it's Alessio Schofield.
I'd change your name if I was you, Alessio.
Or just make sure you say no relation.
Yes. Although, to be fair, it's Schofield Jr. So
Yeah. Oh no.
Where's he actually from?
Not sure.
Not sure.
Alessio Schofield, no relation.
Probably a high chance he's got absolutely no idea what we're talking about anyway.
he
More
could
than
be
likely.
Italian, Alessio.
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Or from Birmingham, and they just decided they conceived him in Italy, in a town called Alessio.
This is okay.
But moving onwards.
Yeah.
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin.
Has a driver team which, well, I mean, one of them is an act that you don't want to happen to you.
Depends on your perspective.
Depends on your perspective in life. Where
Wow.
it could get very sweaty. We're talking about sweaty tears. It could be teary as well. But first of all, we have the man who is as rough as a diamond, otherwise known as the Johnny of the Smooth, Jonathan Cotterill. Very sounds like an Emmerdale character, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Dingle!
Big Dingle. Johnny Dingle.
Are we allowed to say that nowadays after last time?
What?
Dingle.
What, Dingles? Yeah, you can say Dingle. Dingle.
That's right, as long as you don't get banned.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, Simba, before I announce the act.
Go on.
person.
Please do.
Alright, okay, so this man could be known as Teabagging, Teabag, Tetley's, Earl Grey, Lady Grey, things like that. It is
Yorkshire
Colin...
tea.
Yorkshire tea.
Yorkshire.
PG tips. It's Colin Bay. Your name will need to change. I cannot comment on teabags in a race.
But Teabag wouldn't be so bad if you had a Johnny Smooth, would it?
Well, it might not be too bad. It might not be too bad if you had a Johnny.
You know, get the Gillette out.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, we're about to get kicked off YouTube.
But you know when you set it, is it suitable for kids? No, it's not.
No. It's not.
Every podcast is sponsored by manscaping products these days. I'm
Well,
pretty sure
that
there's
is true.
nothing
And
wrong with
now
talking
Tier
about-
4 is.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
no, but if
Well,
someone's
wait a
got some
minute.
cash, that's fine.
Well, we could be sponsored by an erectile dysfunction charity or
Speak
something
yourself.
like that. Teabags and Johnnies. Anyway.
Oh, wow. T-Bag just messaged me and told me what his old PSN used to be.
What was it?
Is it unrepeatable?
Please _teabag me.
Okey-dokey.
Right, I'm sorry, but see when it comes to Jeddah, Colin, I'm calling you out on stream.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
As a
Anyway,
teabagger.
I think we best move on to the next team because otherwise we're going to run out of time.
Yes.
And we probably won't run out of jokes though. On the positive.
Never.
No. We were going over to the Italian Stallions next, and I'm just going to come straight out with these ones, which is probably not good after I've had a Johnny Smooth and a teabag. It's going to be Mr. Doug Hamilton on Necromancer, the first one in Ferrari, and he is going to be paired with another newcomer, Alan Crawford, or Alan HC, in the Ferrari.
He's my neighbour.
Ah, that's your neighbour.
Yeah.
Okay, no pressure.
That's the one that you're going to be coaching to spin every 2 laps.
Thanks, Timber.
You're welcome, Night Shadow.
He will learn the benefits of the Banshee.
Uh-oh. If he hasn't learnt already being your neighbour.
Oh.
I could probably hear him right now. He doesn't need the stream on.
I just stuck my head out. Couldn't see him.
Fair enough. He'd be messing around with the turtle.
Snappy. Stick your big end near it. There we go. Pass.
Yes, the
The Haasmobile.
Haas. Actually, one of my favourite looking cars on this game, to be fair.
It is a good looking one, actually.
I really do like the new Haas. I was tempted to pick it myself, but we have the guy who I believe has recently won his first race in MRC. Seen a lot of improvement from him, trying to drop the line as well, which is great to see. He's one of Avinash's South African buddies. It is Heinrich Smit, also known as Smit F122. And his teammate, let's hope he's as fast as his name, he's known as the Speedy Bullet. It is Brandon Ray.
There's an American name. Brandon Ray.
The Speedy
I believe
Bullet.
He's American, actually.
Yes.
But he's also a newcomer, so...
Yes.
The Speedy Bullet coming at you.
In cinemas. See you. Near you. I don't know where I was going with that one.
Experience it in 3D coming at you.
So, the next up would be the Papayas, is it?
Yeah.
It is.
Is that back to me?
It is.
Well, we have two individuals. This is a very unlikely team. They won't understand each other. One of them is one where Belfast just rejected him.
I think it was his trousers were too tight.
Simon Cowell of MRC. It's a wee Willy Winky.
Who was strangling him?
Teabag. And then Bagmazo is in Tommy Bagman, the Finnish driver, is back full time, and he's in the McLaren. So a nice partnering there. I think Winky sped up recently, so that's good. Bagmazo.
Do you know
has
what's a
good
fun
pace.
fact though? All of us in this party are ex-McLaren drivers.
We are.
Or current.
Yeah, or current McLaren drivers.
We are.
Depending on what happens tonight.
Exactly.
You've just given the game away.
Might have done. Oh, but who's going to guess? That's the thing.
There you go. Anyway.
We're back to the triangles, the men in black. We have got... Wow. Oh, God, this could go anywhere, this one. We've got the man who's been with us a little while now, and it is great to see him still racing. Of course, it's Roundy himself. Zach Round is in the triangles. And followed by... what can we call this? Well... I'm going to leave it to you, to be honest with you.
And here we have...
one of our new guys as well. Let's hope he's breathing freely. It's Zach... well, how do you pronounce that? Ginwell? Gwinnell? Is that Welsh?
It's a bit like Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwinnell?
Yeah.
Gwyneth.
I think so. Otherwise known as Airways 90.
You're a Welshman. How would you pronounce that? Gwinnell?
Yeah, I think it must be.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Anyways, next up we have the Red Bulls.
The team that we know Mr. Bailey is hoping to get tonight.
He is.
But it's quite a regular face in one of the seats. I think he's probably been there in nearly all these seasons. Seems to absolutely love the Red Bull. It is Matthew Sullivan, also known as Geke Matthew. And joining him will be the man who wants to make it to Tier 1, especially with his no assists. It is Nicolai Lima.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And that rounds us out with another Scottish contingent in the Willies. It's a blue car. Again, they've in real life have got a much chance of getting silver, whereas the team they're driving for. It is Willie number 1, is the big Biff. He's Willie seat 1. Followed by Richie Rich, Craig Richmond Sausages in the Williams. So it's Biffy and Richie, Alan and Craig, Sausages, and...
We know how much you love them.
Yeah, exactly. The sausage curbs in this game are dangerous.
They are. That is very true.
So basically, what you're telling me is we've got another team of Celtic fans.
We do, and well, they've got to come across to the best side of Glasgow. This is our city.
But moving swiftly on now, we've rounded out Tier 4.
Yeah, we're up to this the premier class, one of the, you would probably say, the trickiest and closest tier we have in MRC. It is Tier 2 coming up now, and we're going to start things off as before with the Alfa Romeo teams, and a man who's, funny enough, this evening picked his car and decided, as soon as I pick him, he decides to bail into the pits. It's a local boy to me, another one. We are taking over. It's about time. So the Yorkshire Teesiders are taking over. It's only Ryan Barber. Red Car Rambo is in the Alfa Romeo, and he is joined by a driver who shows a lot of promise in his early stages in last season of Tier 2. I think the luck didn't really go his way. But it is Dave Hepworth, or otherwise known as Heppy.
Oh, that could be quite a good pairing, to be fair.
I still feel like Dave hasn't had a clean race somehow. He just doesn't seem to have had a chance for that entire period he's been driving with us for to actually show what he can do. I'm still waiting for him to get a nice, clean, regular evening.
I think it was one of his first races. I think it was that he was. I don't know if he won or was up there. He was absolutely lightning, and I can't remember his first race now. Last season
it was Portugal.
Rings a bell. He was rapid, absolutely ridiculously quick, and but you're right. I think he just had much luck, but hopefully this season it'll all pay off.
By the way, sorry for going absent. Then I just realised that my microphone had become unplugged. Sorry about that.
Fabian, you said you paid 10 grand. I'm still waiting. Either that or just wasn't enough.
Maybe not.
No. So next, I think he was really hoping to be with Ryan next season.
Well, that's nice for whoever his teammate is. How insulting!
I know. And we'll soon find out, because next we have.
He's just managed to isolate himself from 19 other people. What an absolute git!
He paid Gavin Bourbons.
He paid the wrong person then.
Yeah.
How the hell does a Dutchman know what a bourbon biscuit is? Is that a Euro treat?
I think it's currency.
But
I'm
next
not sure.
up, I believe we have the squatting dogs.
Woof.
Also known as the Alpha Tauris. So let's see who we got first. It's the floppy man himself. That would be Lawrence Fortes, also known as Lorpy, or as we like to call him, Floppy Lorpy. Joining him in the dog would be Alexander Weiser. That is Gatia 93. I'm sure he was in AlphaTauri last season.
I think you're right.
I think he was.
He might be a stayer.
I think he is.
Maybe he's trying to be an E17 and stay another day.
Yeah.
Maybe. And that naturally brings us on to the French supporting federation, the Yellow Jackets.
I've just seen who's in this team, and this is good enough of all the people to announce it.
The Yellow Jackets, the ones who like to get their baguettes out and spread some mayonnaise on it. First and foremost, however, is a man who projects. He is the sound of music. He is the Gloria Estefan of MRC. That is our very own Fabien Chaton. Oui, hello.
Oh, I can't wait to hear who his teammate is. He's insulted.
And the teammate with the moustache, and I get my moustache every night and I wax it and twirl it around my little finger. I'm a bit like Poirot. I want to be Nigel Mansell, the Red 5, the oh, you brauch it, welcome to France. It's our very own Mr. Hills. Sound of Music works for you as well, actually, so you are the Sound of Music team.
I think somebody needs to get Gav help.
Seriously.
He's had too many bourbons.
And chocolate
He's on a sugar high. No more squash for you tonight, Gavin.
No.
Put the brew away. Iron brew down.
I hope it's that really nice one if you've got the Iron Brew.
Iron Brew Energy, it will be soon.
You see, you talking currency of that while I talk currency in rum.
Yes.
So, okay. We're going back to the Green Machines and a man who I believe has been here before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the man who is Mr. Strategy, Mr. Calm, Mr. Soothing, and the man, if you give him a few little rubs, he might end up not being a floppy loppy anymore. It'll be Mr. Rob Atwood. Mr. Genie is in the Astons this evening.
Shock horror.
I know, imagine that.
You've crossed the line more than I have tonight. I'm rubbing off on you.
And a man is his teammate this evening, oh my goodness me, who's again managed to pick this team this evening as well, and we're looking at him on stream now as he does negate turn 1, and does he spin through turn 2? Nope, he managed to take it nice and smoothly. It is Mr. Mond is in the Aston Martin paired with the Genie in the bottle.
That could be a pretty good team, to be fair.
That will be a good
team. It is as well. I mean, on the day, again, both extremely strong drivers.
Yep. Alpine and Aston Martin so far out of the 4 are there. I think Ryan's going to be up there as well, and I think he can drag Hepe along with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we have the Italian Stallions next.
The Donkeys.
That's the one.
The team with the worst strategy in the history of Formula 1. Every other team goes to softs, these guys are going to go hards. So even if you click drivers, expect to be at the back, because the strategy team is going to kill you.
Yep, or just leave and go to Le Mans and you're fine.
Yeah, so first up we have one of our new joiners, actually. One of the only higher tiers we've had on the new joiners. So it's quite good to see, and he does look pretty fast, so as long as you don't listen to the strategy, it might be okay. It is Kevin Aprio. And joining him in the Donkey, guy who is actually driving a Red Bull tonight, it is Mr. Carl Edens, also known as BITW365.
Yeah, one of our long-standers as well.
He's definitely been here a while.
He has.
Talking
we've
about
all aged terribly for it.
We have. Talking about people and teams who have been here for a long period of time. The Hasses, the Hastas of the La Vistas. Well, one of them is a psychopath, is an absolute lunatic, and I believe he's probably Italian. Federico Sabelli. He likes the spaghetti bolognese. He likes the meatballs. Hot in his mouth. And he is joined by the man from Qatar, the man who flies Qatar Airways and, enjoys the World Cup. He is Alex Jarek.
Yeah, another good pairing.
Alex is getting
very strong pairing.
I don't know if you've noticed, Alex is trending very fast recently.
Yes, I found out in Brazil for 36 laps.
Suspect he may not be long for Tier 2. I've got a feeling he could be our... he's definitely going to be a contender this season, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think, no disrespect to anybody at all in Tier 2, as I've been there for long enough myself, and he's probably my favourite, I would have to say, this season.
Pretty rude. Absolutely disgusting. How dare you?
I know, you've had it from Fabian and me tonight. It's going well.
You've just managed to insult both of us. You're even worse.
That's all, you haven't even started. You've still got Tier 1 to go next. But we're going to go next to the Papayas, the most glorious team on the grid. And we have got, well, we could say it, a couple of Pratts. We could call them a couple of Pratts. That's what we're going to go with. But this one, is he the dumbest, is he the cleverest, is he the smartest, is he the slowest, or is he the fastest? Who knows? But Chris Pratt is definitely the eldest, and apparently he is the dumbest Hornet.
I'm so glad he gave up his career in acting just to come and race in MRC.
Does he act as well?
He did, yeah, he was in Jurassic Park.
Was he?
Jurassic World,
right.
Chris Pratt,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he's come back from saving the galaxy.
He has. He's had an illustrious career.
He has.
Training raptors.
Yeah. And shooting aliens. And it all boils down to this. To race with, alongside, the man who's currently on screen, and the man who is the Tier 3 champion, and makes its way up into Tier 2. It's the bottle job of Connor Hardy.
Bottle job, bottle job, bottle job.
You can find him in most glass recycling facilities.
Unfortunately, kind of now proved you wrong, hasn't he?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. He did that.
I think he's going to need a new nickname.
Oh, we'll come up with something easy.
Champion ball job.
Bottle jobs are us.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what he does this season.
That's a good point.
How have I ended back with the Mercedes triangles again?
I don't know.
Well, this is a very interesting combination of mintiness.
You have it, should be me, shouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. Sorry, apologies, I'm stealing your thunder. I do apologise.
You get the Red Bulls next.
Yes.
So, the triangles. First up, we have one of our returning drivers. He's been up somewhere for the last few months and missed an entire season. I'm sure he'll be glad that it's not a Williams this time, though. It is Morgan Stubbs, also known as Stoob. I'm partnering him. I guess he really didn't like the Ferrari strategy team, because he's defected from Ferrari and jumped to the Mercedes. It is Jake Card, also known as the Fox River 8.
That, for me, is another strong lineup.
Those guys are going to be collecting a lot of points. I reckon as a team, you're looking at a very strong team who'll just collect solid points constantly, those two guys.
Yeah.
As long as you mean championship points and not penalty points.
Yes, I was about to say that. Which brings us nicely on to the Red Bulls, the championship winners, the numero unos, the kings of F1. And we have two individuals. You couldn't be further from the truth. One of them is legendary. Right now, I can imagine her.
We're all going to prison.
To be sitting in her chair, legs crossed slightly.
I've decided I don't use soap.
6-inch seals? 6-inch seals? Hold on. We've burst. She's burst her. 6-inch seals. Oh, it might need a 6-inch seal. It depends how big it is. 6-inch seals.
Focus, Gary, focus.
It's only the lovely Thomas Fanning.
6-inch seals.
I can just imagine the wee seals going, slapping their hands about.
Seals, famously known for being 6 inches high and having hands.
This is like this morning all over again. Except we don't have someone called Philip. The next one is definitely not called Philip, but he is a fond lover of all things Dutch. He is certainly not a 6-inch seal. He's just a high seal. His name is Bart van Schningel, and he is the Jack Star of Milton Keynes. Which is
surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. 6-inch seals, my speciality.
I just think one day we'll do a stream that's actually like normal and serious, but then I just do this and think, no, not a chance.
No, never happening.
Well, the problem is we keep letting Gab in.
My eyes are absolutely streaming. I can't see what I'm doing, so apologies if I put the wrong graphics out.
But last and not least, once again in the Williams, we have got, I better find them actually. I've just completely been distracted. There they are, on stream, on track with Calvin. We have got, again, this is two drivers again who have, especially at the end of the season, were lightning quick. And this could be another one that could potentially give Alex a run for his money for the title next season. First up, we have Mr. Warren Allen, or was a 92 MUFC, or a City supporter, I do believe.
Or Liverpool.
Or Liverpool, yeah, definitely. Hang on, Fabian's saying use Google Translate. I don't want to know.
Who's to use Google Translate?
Probably you, but that's also dangerous.
Pochi Lambo.
While you're doing that, we'll announce the second driver partnering is Mr. Ilyan Maximov, otherwise known as Womax, which I think is a very, very, very strong lineup.
That is.
There are shots fired in YouTube about the pronunciation of Bart's surname. I think you need to go back and correct that. Apparently
Bart van Schindel.
I think you still managed to say that wrong.
Schindel?
Is he Schindler's List?
Schindel. Yeah, that'll do.
Schindler's List. Schindel sounds Chinese.
Schnitzel. Right, that's
Schnitzel. That's it. He's not Chinese, I know that.
And John Stevens, I know you're new, but you're also delusional. It does not look promising with us at the helm.
Sneaky turtle, snappy turtle.
He's getting snapped.
Hold on, stick your rear end near him and it'll go snappy snappies. Oh, we could call him Peach Snaps.
Oh, he just could be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Heroes in a half shell.
Turtle power!
We better get on to the elites.
We are. We're in the elites.
We're going hard.
Oh, going home.
Bailey.
Yeah. First off, we've got the Alfa Romeos.
The barber shop.
Ah, yes.
But it's an after-hours barber shop this time because it's now black and red.
I like it. I think that's one of the nicest liveries on the game.
I do as well. I actually really like this livery. And who better to drive it than one of our champions from last season, the most successful guy in MRC. We could call him the GOAT. It is Alex Giesecke, also known as Saviour. One of the most popular guys in the league, for definite.
Yeah, 100%.
And joining him is none other than Carly Rae Jepsen. Maybe we'll call him later. It's Darrell Braff. Call me the Brave.
As we move on to the Pussycats in the Alpha Towers, who let the dogs out.
Don't do it.
Sorry, what was those?
Wow, Is someone being snappy on you?
John Stevens, what have we told you about lurking around the doors and the windows? In the Alpha Tauri for Season 11 in Tier 1, we have the English-American friendship across the Atlantic. We have the very Nick Bannon Thomas, Nick Billy. Hello, my name is Charles. Hello, yes, hello. I like the Americans, and that's Uncle Sam, and he's a sergeant, although he can be a corporal by now. But anyway, it's Sam Dries. You need to change your surname, I can't deal with that either. Dries, Trees, Drizzle, Droopy. Don't be droopy in this league, we need you to be solid. But yeah, Sergeant Uncle Sam and Nick DT.
Cool. Next we have the French Baguettes, well, there they are. And they are piloted in the elite tier this year by, again, another really good lineup. Laurentier Rossou, or Laurentier 90, is in the Alpine. And he is partnered by Anand Thanki, or otherwise known as the Slayer, staying up again in Tier 1.
I remember we announced him last season.
I'm glad it wasn't you this time.
Well, no, it was Nanbread.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
We're hoping to slay the competition at least.
You certainly will. Wow. I'm moving on to the Green Machine once again.
The very beautiful Green Machine.
It is. Just this season.
Shame about the pilots.
Shots
He's getting
fired.
he's getting his own back now. I didn't even say anything this time.
Look, someone's got to be 19th and 20th, guys. Come on.
He might have a point there, actually.
Yeah, no, fair. He's got a point. After practice, he definitely got a point.
If you want to come up from the rear, just ask Snappy Turtle.
Wow.
Just don't lie down underneath T-Bag and Johnny Smooth.
Otherwise, you'll go from floppy loppy to
getting 6 inches of seal.
From Wee Willy Winky.
Oh, obviously you do. Sorry, but ladies and gentlemen, you don't get this anywhere else.
No,
I think everybody's tuned out now.
Have we actually got any viewers left?
So the first one in the Green Machine, Mano being P19. It is none other than my compadre, Constructors Champion from last season, Tier 2 Champion from last season. Of course it is Mr. Hodgson himself.
Hello!
He's moved over to the beautiful Green Machine.
I have. I've spent 3 seasons at McLaren, and it's time to jump ship now. And yeah, thought I'd try the Astons, see how they go.
And of course, joining him in the Aston. Why the hell am I doing this to myself? I really don't know. It is the other half of the M&Ms, of course. It is myself.
Hello!
The Lion King is roaring into Tier 1 and going to be sat in P20, probably getting overtaken 3 times every race.
Yeah, we'll just fight it out for that illustrious last place.
Yeah.
Can we reverse the points so finishing last actually gets you the most points?
Yeah, we
I
get
don't think
20.
that's how reverse grids supposed to work.
Yes.
Oh, can we do that every week then?
Yes.
Brilliant. And can we have only 5 laps, so we may not have a chance of actually finishing some points.
Or DRS.
Yeah.
Or pit stops. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Not even 5 laps, 5 yards will do.
That'll do. Well,
Not with no traction, I'll spin on the line, I'll spin on the spot.
that'll suit the Ferrari strategist, and funny that we are suddenly here in the Ferrari land. We have an Italian, I believe, who's driving for Ferrari. Yeah. It's an unknown quantity. He is a bit like a UFO, up there, high, spinning round, not often, but he does spin round. Ugione, that is Damiano Ugione, is in the Ferrari, and he is partnered by the Sniper, the G-Star Jeans, the Triple X Machine.
The MSN name.
The MSN name, yep. He was going XX, XX, XX. Snappy Turtle, give me some advice. That is Ben van den Imster.
Do we need? I hope we don't need to Google Translate for that one.
BBDE.
Yep.
Yep.
It's probably going to pop up at some point and tell us how much we've butchered his name.
More than likely.
Right. I mean, there is other surnames I could give a Ben.
That's.
No, we are not going to that port in the south part of the country.
I've heard the port of Dover's lovely.
Moving on.
6-inch seals.
Let's move on to the Haas.
Let's move on to the Haas with his 6-inch seal.
Let's not try and be sandwiched between the 2 Haas's, are they? The Haas cheeks.
I was going to say, if you've got a leaky Haas, you need to go and see someone.
And it's going to be starting off in the Haasmobile is a man who's been in Tier 1 for a little while, and he struggled at first, but now definitely finding his feet, and very competitive man. Podium out last season, and it's the man with the zoo, the man with the animals. It's BRD Birdie Calvin Mark is in the Haasmobile, and he is joined by a man also moving up from Tier 2. And it feels very cliche and a bit harsh me being the one to announce this, but he was a runner-up in Tier 2 and just had a fantastic season. has to be said. Steve Jarman, Case Soze is moving up and is going to partner Calvin in the Haasmobiles.
That's a quick team.
It is, very much so.
That's a very quick team.
Yeah. And then we've got the Papayas next up.
Ah, the beautiful McLarens that we've deserted.
Yeah.
But first up we have the guy who was one of the most successful people in MRC. The triple champ is, I think, the only person to actually take 3 Tier 1 championships, and he did it back to back. It is none other than Jason Sargent, also known as J-Sarge. Hopefully he's going to drive faster and be less this season. Joining him in the Papayas, it is one of our newer guys, and I'm not sure I can pronounce his last name, but I'll have a go. He joined us last season, was in for about half the season, fairly quick. Know he loves his no assists, so hopefully this will work out for him. It is David Pawazinski, also known as Pova.
Dover.
Oh boy.
Yes, maybe you could go see Ben.
Talking of Dovers, big triangles, Toblerones, otherwise known as the Mercedes duo. This is a dynamic duo, dressed up in lycra.
Oh, no, where's this going?
With big bush. And one of them decided. No, the seal ruptured long ago on that one. He has taken the bottle job crown. He is a master of the blowholes. Apparently, if you whisper close enough, he gets the glory from them as well. Of course, it's Mr. Bailey. He is staying in the Mercedes. God only knows why he would want to do that.
Because it's a very beautiful car this time.
It's a good car.
It's not. It's not. They have
I
a very
actually
bad...
considered it, so...
No, shushed. Moving on, and he is going to be joined by the supermarket man. An old supermarket called Netto's in Britain, back in the yonder old days. But he then moved from England to France, where he practices activities which are very weird to us English people, or Scottish people. It, of course, is Anton Dubec, who we love for his many accents.
The man of many nationalities.
Yes.
The French Scouser.
That's him.
That's the one. That's the one. And next up we have the rampant raging Red Bulls. And we have got the man who... Well, he's got a few nicknames nowadays. He was a kid, he's now a bit middle-aged, and he's also a daddy. So, is he a dynamite, or is he just a bit of a firecracker, or even just a Catherine wheel? Or a little sparkler? Well, who knows? With no sleepy, probably not even a sparkler.
I do not want to see his little sparkler.
It's fizzled out.
Did he explode?
Sorry,
It's a
Dean.
seal.
It's just... Wow.
Or a Johnny Smooth. Thank God we're near the...
It still seems so far away somehow.
So, Dean, the Kid Dynamite is in the Red Bull, and he is partnered by another very, very fast driver. And this is by Seppi Dilkins, or SW, in the Red Bull.
That is a strong team.
Very strong team.
Yeah.
Very strong team.
Yeah.
They're
So
sort of
that
like,
leaves us...
if the teams were like sides of a coin, it'd be like Red Bull on one side and like Aston Martin on the other side.
Pretty much. That seems accurate.
Yeah. I mean...
Harsh, but accurate.
I mean, if it's a 50-50 toss-up for a win, I'll take it.
Sorry, what are we tossing?
6-inch
Not seals.
Oh, behave yourself. So finally we have the Williams, the Willy Boys. First up we have former McLaren driver, former teammate of Mr. Hodgson. It is Stefan Rack. That is LRL. Very fast driver on his day.
He likes a hamburger.
Joining him in the Willie, another very fast driver, moving up from Tier 2, was definitely at the front quite a few times. I believe he was third in the championship.
He was.
He's the man who likes to drive. It's Eddie Driver, also known as Eddie Dust.
Oh, it's good to have Eddie Izzard in this league. Look forward to seeing his 6-inch heels.
Oh, you managed to get heels out this time instead of seals.
I could have said the 6-inch pinnipeds, which pinnipeds are commonly known as heels.
Commonly.
Yeah, commonly.
God,
So common.
The silence dictated it wasn't that common.
Yeah. You could, yeah, well.
But there we go. I believe that concludes Tier 1.
It does, and that concludes the draw. If you manage to actually understand half of what we said and realise who you actually are and where you are and what team you're in, congratulations. Martin has been posting everything, all the graphics into Discord as we go, and so please do, like I said, give it a like. Wow, we've got 7 likes, which is a lot more than we do weekly in our normal tiers, so that just shows you, folks, it does only take seconds to hit the like button.
It takes seconds to blow the 6-inch seals off. Kaboom. Floppy.
Absolutely. Kaboom with that one. So I think that is it. So on Monday, well, actually not even that. Tomorrow evening we commence season 11 with our MRC X title opener in Under the Lights here in Bahrain, where we have a one-shot qualifying format followed by 100% race distance, and if I say anything to go by, I may make turn 2, which would be great. Otherwise, we'll be back then on Monday evening, where Tier 2 will kick off the championship tiers at 7 PM UK time, and then followed by Tier 1, of course, at 8:45. And then Wednesday, all the formats are the same. We have Tier 3 at 7 PM, followed by Tier 4, rounding out the week's action at 8:45 as well. Do subscribe if you haven't already to our newcomers. Please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, and hit the share as well. Always love to hear your thoughts and feedback, and love to hear what you think. And actually, no, don't tell us what you think of this, because we don't want to know. We don't even want to think, to be honest.
We should probably just issue a broad apology to everybody. Move along.
Yeah, let's commence the season 11 action on Friday, and let's just move it along. Nothing to see here.
I've got one last thing to say.
Oh God.
God help us all.
It's 1. It's 2. It's 3. It's 4. It's 5. And it's the seals are out, and away we go!
And that is it. Season 11 will be with us. It's I'm completely
Tier
lost.
11?
Yeah, Tier 11. We're growing that rapidly, to be fair. It won't be too long, and then we've really got to get paid for this.
Yep.
You know how Lord of the Rings just doesn't end? There's just another scene every time you think it's finished.
Is it so now? Oh, we're going. Join us tomorrow from 7:30, where it'll be the Lion King himself with the King Connor bottle job anaconda, who will be with us and giving you all the live action. And we look forward to seeing you on track. We look forward to seeing your comments in our live chat every time we go live. So don't forget to hit the like, hit the bell, subscribe, and you'll get notifications of when we go live for every race. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this evening. Thank you, the 4 of you.
Thank you.
It was emotional.
Always is.
It certainly is every season. Thank you, Martin, for all the graphics and your hard work, as always. Absolutely fantastic job. Thank you to Simba for doing the draw, and thank you to Gav for thank you.
To bringing nothing.
to bringing the joys and the laughter and the smiles and the happiness. So thank you to you. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and we will see you in less than 24 hours. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.